Hi guys, welcome back to writing day 3. All right, let's share my screen and get started. So writing week 7, day 3. 3.11b, I can organize with purposeful structure, including introductions and a conclusion. All right, so let's look into what a letter needs to have. Well, we've already drafted, we've already gotten some ideas, we already know our audience, we already have some information that we're going to put into a writing piece. So we need to make sure we're going to follow all the expectations and parts of a correct letter and using these checklists. These will be uploaded into Schoology, so if your parents want to, they can print it so you can check it off. Students in person, you will have these also in your notebooks that you can use. All right, so my writing letter checklist. So I can include the date. If you've got that, check it off. I have an opening and remembered the comma. Don't forget the comma. The body has some questions and some telling sentences. I have a closing followed by a comma and my name, as in your name. Word wall words are spelled correctly. I remember punctuations. I use capital letters at the beginning of sentences and proper nouns. I use my neatest handwriting. If you've done all of that, then check it off as soon as you've done it or after you're done with your writing, because it's really, really important to read it after so that you can make sure that you didn't miss anything, or if there's something you're not sure of, you can circle it or underline it. And then there's also the parts of a letter checklist. Those are it's just quick checks to make sure you've got the whole thing set up correctly. All right, so I've already typed one out. My friends at home, I would really prefer you to write it because it makes it easier to see it and see your writing instead of typing it on the computer, because this is writing and we really need to see what you're capable of doing, and it needs to be hand and during a pencil and then uploaded through that way, because typing it out is not the same thing as writing. It helps you to make sure you're spelling your words correctly and formatting it right. All right, so here's my letter. So make sure you put that date up there because that was part of my checklist on the date. Okay, date, September 25th, 2020. Dear Mrs. Strasbaugh, how are you doing? Would you like to know what we learned in class today? In my class, we read an interesting article called Seeing with Sound. This article was very interesting to me. I learned about a long-eared bat and how it can swerve when it flies to avoid branch and leaves. This is helpful because it allows the long-eared bat to chase after its prey. And I'm not done. So I did ... I want you to continue on to your writing. However, I just stopped there because I didn't need to write any more. Sincerely, Mrs. Vasquez, and I signed it. I would write more normally, but I was just trying to give you an example. So please make sure you're writing a few more sentences longer than something that I wrote. Now, I'm looking at this and I'm rereading it and I was like, oh my goodness, I'm really not sure if I did things right. So what I'm going to do is, if there is something that, like, I don't know if I spelled it correctly, I'm going to circle it so I can come back. I don't know if I spelled Mrs. Strasbaugh's name. I'm going to make sure. And I think I spelt interesting and article wrong. I just didn't really know how to spell it, so I tried my very best. But I didn't need to worry about it. I just wanted to get my writing done now, and then tomorrow when I edit and I revise it, then I can go back and fix it. Sing with sound. This article is very interesting. Oh, there's that interesting word again. I just don't know if it's spelled right. Long ear bat and how it can swerve. Oh, I did not remember how to spell swerve. When it flies to avoid branch and leaves. That doesn't sound right. I'm going to circle that one too because I'm going to come back to it tomorrow, but I don't think that's right. And leaves. This is helpful because it allows long-eared bats to chase. I know I messed that word up after its prey. Sincerely, Mrs. Vasquez. Oh, I think I did something wrong there. Okay, I'm just gonna circle that. And tomorrow when I fix it, It's no big deal. This is what is going to help you. If you do not know a word or how to spell it, don't worry about it. I don't want you to focus on the correct spelling. I want you to focus on getting your piece done, your writing done, and then tomorrow it will be time to revise it. So you don't know if you're kind of confused on how to spell a word, circle it so that Mrs. Vasquez or your teacher or somebody at home who's helping you, or even your peer editor, they can look at it and say, okay, so they know this is misspelled, and tomorrow they're going to go into their dictionary or their word book and they're going to fix their letters and their words to make sure that it's the correct spelling. Okay, so now it's your turn. I want you to now write and show me your own writing draft. Okay, please be sure to use your parts of a letter checklist and your letter writing checklist that is all filled out for you. You just have to check it off to make sure you've done it. Please don't forget how the format should look. There's going to be an example on Schoology, and in your classroom you might have one too. So please be sure to do your very best, and if you're stuck on a word, try your best and then circle it so that you can come back to it tomorrow. All right, great writing.